G'day guys, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Today I am doing some ink blending. Now I haven't done this for a little bit, and I know I try and bring you at least a couple of techniques, or I revisit a couple of techniques that are really good, wholesome, easy techniques that you can do with a variant of, you can change the colors, you can change the tool, you can change the stencil, like just to get a heap of different sort of looks. So I haven't done a good ink blending for a while, so I thought I would get in and do one of these. I love this stencil. This stencil is a DYLUSIONS stencil. It's a DYLUSIONS, it's a large stencil. I think it's 9.5 by 8 or something, or by 7 by 8, something like that. And I love it. It's so pretty. And I've got a heap of things lately that, stencils and stuff. When I say lately, in the last couple of months, and I want to be able to sort of make them the hero of the layout, just so that we spread our tools and we can get the most out of whatever we've put our money into, whether that is stencils, stamps, paints, mixed media, inks, all of the above, so we can get more out of it, so we can make it look more versatile. It may be the same stencil but used in different ways. So that's where I was heading with this. I just picked a few colors that I thought were sort of baby friendly photos. This photo is actually of Taylor and Angela when she was a baby. And because in the photo they both have white on, it allows me to go ahead and it allows me to use whatever colors I really want to use. That is a huge bonus when it comes to printing everyday photos. Now, if you've been here for a while, you know that I scrap everyday photos. I don't necessarily always scrap events. I scrap events, but I majority of the time I'm scrapping everyday photos. Now, I've gone in with my Distress Oxide inks and I've used my blending brush. Now, I bought these ones there. They were dirt cheap. They were from, I think I got them from Amazon. Maybe I bought them so long ago, but they weren't very expensive. I think they were like $10 or $12 for 6 or 7 of them. So it wasn't very much. Now, I have cleaned my brushes. I did get to the point where I felt like there was so much ink on my brushes that I needed to clean them. So I did that. Now, I'm using my VERSAFINE CLAIR inks on top of the Distress Oxide to give you a different look. You can see I haven't moved the stencil. I've left the stencil exactly where it is. I have sprayed this stencil, in case you're wondering why I'm not hanging on to it and it's not moving. I've sprayed my stencil with some adhesive. It's just a temporary adhesive. I get mine from, the last time I bought some, I got it from Spotlight. Works fine. To be honest, it doesn't actually come off when you lift up the stencil, so it stays connected to the stencil, and I find that I can reuse that several times before I have to reapply the adhesive. You could remove the adhesive if it bothers you having it on there, but to me, this is important, by the way. Clean your stencil before you put it back down to sort of link it up, because this isn't a stencil that you can just, what do they call it? A continuous, I think it's called a continuous stencil. Could you hear my cogs ticking then? I think they call it a continuous, where you can pick it up and move it and it's an exact replica. So that's not what this stencil is. So I'm sort of MacGyvering with some tape, a little bit of painter's tape, a bit of, I'm using here over the top of the oxides, I'm using my mint tape because I know that won't stick to it permanently and it won't wreck the work I've already done. So I'm just going back through now using the oxides. Everything I've used, I will have linked in the description below. So if you're new to my channel, I endeavor to create, I create 6 videos a week, and I always list in the description below what I've used, if it's available. The links that I use are not affiliate links, they are just links to help you get to the product quicker. I also have in my description the links to my Facebook and my Instagram posts. My Facebook group and my Instagram page where I share my still photos. Now, the Facebook group is there for you as much as it's there for me. If you want to ask a question, if you're stuck, if you're looking for something and you can't find it, that is where you can go to, and we have a beautiful community there that will help you out no matter what the problem is. Usually someone will have an answer for you somewhere in there if I don't have the answer myself. But 9 times out of 10, I find if I need to ask the question, there's someone else out there that needs to ask the question too. And I'm the sort of person that I'll ask the question, I'll do the groundwork, I don't mind. So yeah, so it's one of those, that's what the Facebook group's for. Share your work that you've done, share what you've tried, share if I do something and you've got an easier way of doing it or a better way of doing it, share. I absolutely love that. I love getting feedback from people. Even if it's feedback that says, what on earth were you thinking, girl? That did not work. That was my tacky American accent. That didn't work at all. So now once I've done this, you can see that I've developed a nice inked up background. My photo, I'm going to matte with black. I quite often like to use a polar opposite color. So if it's nice and light, I'll use some black to make everything pop. Or if it's all black, I'll use white to make everything pop. It just, for me, it is aesthetically pleasing to my eye. And when you're scrapbooking, that is something I really want to get across to you guys. If you are scrapbooking and you think your page looks fine, don't let anyone tell you that it's not right. It's needs fixing, it needs this, it needs that, or you should buy this, No, you do you. There is no rule in scrapbooking that can't be broken. It's art. That's what it is. It's art. And I've got to say, it's so much fun and it's so much more freeing if you can see like this layout. It is so easy. It was so simple. It looks really effective, but it's simple to create. It's not difficult at all. And that's what I try and pride my channel here on YouTube. I want everyone to feel like they can actually do this. Like, this is a stencil. There's nothing difficult on this layout that you could not recreate yourself. It doesn't need to be this stencil. You could have a 6x6 stencil and simply do the 4 squares, side by side, and then 2 down the bottom, something like that. You can do that. It's not difficult. Now this, I haven't done this in a little while, and I wanted to do it on this layout to show you. These are lettering stickers from Creative Memories. They don't have to be bought from Creative Memories. You buy your stickers from wherever you get them from. But what I quite often like to do is use a dark sticker. So this is a black. And I've got the exact same sticker in silver. So what I do is I like to create a drop shadow effect using the stickers. I'm slowing this down a little bit for you so that you can see. I don't make you watch me put down the entire title. But what you can see me do here is I put all this down. Now I'm going to skip it forward a bit. Now what I've done is, see, I've got the same one in silver, and I'm just putting the letters down slightly I move it slightly up and slightly to the right. So each of the silver letters has got a black shadow behind it. It's an excellent effect, and it's something that you can easily do. Like I said, it doesn't have to be Creative Memory stickers. It could be anything you've got in your stack. It could be Doodlebug. It doesn't really work with thickers because it has to be the same font. So, that makes it work. I did zoom in then, but realized that it's going to be in fast forward, so you're not going to see it. Now, I wanted to go around my stencil with, this is a Uniball Signo broad, sorry, it wasn't the broad one. It was the Uniball gel grip. It's a Uniball Signo pen, but it's finer, so it's only 0.7 millimeter. And I wanted to do some squiggly, sketchy sort of lines around the stencil work. So I obviously let it completely dry, and once I completely dried it, then I was able to go around and make these quite doodly, sketchy sort of lines. And it really ties in, it sort of brings it all together. Something else that I do on my layouts that I don't hear a lot of other people talk about, but something that makes my layouts pop, is whenever I introduce my contrasting color, whether it's going to be my border, whether it's my frame on my photos. On this layout, it's black. So I've introduced black. There's not, okay, there's a little bit on the bed where underneath Angela's head, but there's not really a lot of black in the stenciling or stickers or anything. There's no ephemera, all that sort of thing. So by adding the black border on the photo and on the actual layout, I feel like it always needs a third lot of black. I do have the black drop shadow behind the stickers, but I think by adding that little black squiggly around the edges of the stencil, and you don't have to be, when you intentionally do it messy, you can't see a mistake. Huge tip, mind-blowing tip. If you want to try mixed media and you think, oh, but I can't do it neatly, do it intentionally messy and bingo. There's no mistakes because it's meant to be messy. So I just went around the outside edge with some distress ink, some black soot distress ink. It's not the oxide one. I have gone and bought myself a 3-inch distress ink because I do like using black, but when I use black, I want it to be black, not like the oxide. So I love the oxides, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love those colors. But I just felt like I wanted a solid black that goes on. It's a dye ink and yeah, it doesn't oxidize. So I'm just adding some pretty little sprinkly bits just to add some extra reflection. That sort of ties in with the silver. And that is just about just go around with the squiggly just to add a bit more squiggly to it. Because yeah, I just wanted it to look a bit more sketchy and less sort of constructed. So this is my layout, guys. Don't forget, you've got the links in the description if you want to go over to the Facebook group and check out the still photos. Take lots of them up close so you can see it all up close. I also have my Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below, and if you would like to support the channel. And when I reach, I'm gonna promote it. You know what? I didn't want to promote this because I don't want to seem desperate, but I think if I don't promote myself, who else is going to do it? So once we hit 2,000 subscribers, we're going to have a giveaway. So we're really, really close, guys. So let me know what you think. Bye for now.